40 years ago, on a day much like today, millions of Zimbabweans stepped into a new dawn and emerged from a nightmare that in reality had brutally killed hundreds upon thousands who sacrificed their lives in search of freedom, justice, and equal opportunities. For a split second, Zimbabwe became the land of milk and honey, a place where free people could become whatever they wanted. But since that celebratory day of April 1980, the dream has faded. With each passing decade, it became blisters on the soles of our feet that made the progress we desired impossible. It became a boil on our backside so painful that even rest was unthinkable. For 40 whole years, we have walked in pain without a destination. The excruciating pain of the blisters reminds us of the dreams we have lost, and the seeping boils that throb on our backs are the lives that were needlessly ended. But enough with the pain that we've become so well accustomed to. Enough with the nightmares that we have lived so long that a different nation is hard to imagine. We have another 40 years that lies ahead of us, and the question is, will we ever become a better nation? And will we ever become a better people? Clearly, what we have done over the last 40 years has not worked at all. A new type of politics and a new type of leadership needs to arise within Zimbabwe. Year in and year out, Zimbabwe continues to be a laughingstock among the nations. Our economy has crashed apocalyptically multiple times in one generation, whilst we have mortgaged the future with unpaid debt that continues to grow. Our levels of unemployment are catastrophic. Our health delivery system is in tatters. Our education system is failing to deliver. And our justice system so often hurts the very citizens it must protect. We urgently need a type of leadership that focuses on people, a politics that is obsessed with improving the lives of people and not accruing more power to itself at the expense of the people. One that seeks to spend itself in service and not to be served itself. We must have leaders that want to see the best for their people without wanting the glory for themselves. But what is painfully lacking for our nation, Zimbabwe, is the opportunity for us to craft a genuine future together. Not an election campaign document or a random year selected in the future that is towing promises that have no life or context, but a tomorrow packed with development and genuine democracy that, like a baton stick in a relay race, we can proudly hand over to the next generation. A vision that we can all craft and be proud no matter our tribe, race, age, or social standing. For 40 years, our nation has gone from election to election without a national, intergenerational, compelling, attainable future that we can all believe in. Unless we come together and begin to paint the picture of a Zimbabwe in 40 years' time that our children can be proud to continue building, they, like us, will find themselves standing in the same place as we have for 40 years with painful blisters in their feet and throbbing boils in their backsides. Indeed, without a vision, the people perish. What if we humbled ourselves and called back our learned daughters and sons who with their talents faithfully build other nations to come and build home? What if we stopped beating our mothers and fathers into submission and instead invited them as proud citizens to the table of reason and discussion? What if we unleashed the unbridled power and excitement of our amazingly creative youth? What if we allowed the rule of law and the dignity of human life to be what reined in our tendency to be unruly and uncaring? What if we can promote Zimbabwe and not our party, there would be no losers. If we can be transparent and honest, then our people would invest, followed confidently by those outside. If we can be compassionate and full of empathy, there would be enough for all of us. If we can be honest and mature, we would look at our young people who flee this land daily and apologize for shamelessly handing them a 40-year-old empty shell that started out as a teeming paradise with life. So what shall we become in the next 40 years? Will these years be different, or will they be a never-ending, excruciating, dehumanizing wandering in the economic, educational, and rightsless deserts that we have created? The painful present we live in today was once a future in the past that some people did not handle with honor and respect. Similarly, today will one day be a past that, unbeknown to us, carried within its womb a future that shall either bless us or trouble us. It's been 40 years, Zimbabwe, and the blisters and the boils have not healed. But we must keep alive both the hope and commitment to one day becoming what those who died for this independence dreamed of. Ultimately, we must never take our eyes off the Almighty God, who has endowed our nation with not just incredible resources, but a people so rich with ability, potential, heritage, and the willpower to survive. May God bless the beautiful nation of Zimbabwe.